When I worked in the city, I dreamed of returning to the countryside. But after coming back, I realized something: the countryside in online videos is slowly disappearing in real life. Hi everyone, I'm Jinhao. When I was young, my parents always told me, study hard. Don't become a farmer. Back then, for many rural children, education was the only real way out. In my village, the land is divided into many tiny plots and distributed among different families. Unfortunately, we don't live on flat land. So every family only gets a very small piece. The fruit trees by the roadside weren't considered private property. Anyone could pick from them. When I was little, any fruit growing by the roadside would be eaten before it even ripened. But now, most people don't care anymore. You can enjoy as much as you want. Because of urbanization, the rural population keeps shrinking. Many of my neighbors moved to the city. Some come back once a year. Others never return. Today I'm going to check on my wheat. It has been raining for days, and the wheat may start to sprout. Yesterday, a neighbor told me the harvest machines would arrive next week. But according to the weather forecast, the rainy season will continue. This woman is also my neighbor. She's worried the wheat will sprout, so today she's harvesting it by hand. In China, growing grain has never been very profitable. People work extremely hard, but the prices of wheat and corn remain very low. Last year, corn sold for about 24 cents per kilogram. Wheat was around 36 cents. This woman is another one of my neighbors. She's harvesting rapeseed flowers. She owns more land than anyone else in our village. Years ago, someone like her might have been criticized for owning too much land. But today, she's considered one of the village's most successful farmers. After moving to the city, many people let her manage their land. Walking along the country roads is one of the most relaxing things. You can breathe freely here. I come out for a walk almost every day. This is our wheat field. I've known this place for as long as I can remember. Because land is precious here, even very small pieces of land are used to grow food. On the distant hills, there are still many old fields. But most of them have already been abandoned. This is a very primitive way of working. No large machines are needed. Only enough strength and endurance. I've done this many times before. It's definitely not easy. Growing traditional crops is becoming harder and harder. So some people try to make money in other ways. But the cost is very high. After living in the city for so many years, I realized I no longer truly know how to live like a farmer. I need to relearn many things. I like this kind of life. Living in the countryside, without truly being a farmer. I still hope my children can grow up close to nature. To understand where food comes from. To run through the fields like I did when I was young.
姐姐是巧克力，姐姐是红圈。
巧克力雪糕。
小虎虎。蛋蛋是
Maybe this is what modern rural China looks like. The villages are still here. The land is still here. But fewer and fewer people truly belong to this place anymore. Soon, we'll return to the city again. And sometimes, I'm no longer sure whether we belong to the countryside or the city.